Hello friends, I'm Dr. Sudhir Kochare. After a long time, and we know from which crisis actually we are suffering from. And you have experienced many things, many aspects during the phase of this lockdown, and hope you are safe and be safe at your home. As far as schedule of BSc Part 3 is concerned, and as per the notification of university, actually we have started with the lectures of BSc final year SEM 5 from 17. Friends, I just welcome all of you once again in the very first class of BSc Part 3 SEM 5. Friends, this semester we have to study all physiological aspects. Basically, we will be dealing with the physiology, human physiology. As far as my units are concerned, I will be teaching you nerve physiology, then endocrinology, and basic physiology, physiological aspects, homeostatic mechanisms that we are going to study with the reproductive physiology. Very firstly, I would like to welcome all you and to tell you about my units. And as far as my unit is concerned, it is about a nervous system. Already BSc Part 3 SEM 5 syllabus, it is uploaded on the same classroom. And as far as my syllabus is concerned, I will be teaching you unit number 3 and unit number 3 and unit number 4. Friends, my first topic is nerve physiology. We will be dealing with the nervous system, nervous functions, how body homeostasis is maintained by means of neural control and hormonal control. Here I will be dealing with the nervous system. Now, as far as nervous system it is concerned, it is nothing but the system with a mass of only 2 kg and about 3% of total body weight. The nervous system is one of the smallest and yet the most complex of 11 body systems. The nervous system is an intricate, highly organized network of billions of neurons and even more neuroglia. The structure that make up the nervous system, basically that includes the brain, cranial nerves and their branches, the spinal cord, the spinal nerves and their branches, the ganglia, enteric plexuses and sensory receptors. These are nothing but parts of nervous system. These constitutes nervous system. As far as skull it is concerned, this skull encloses the brain, which contains about 100 billions of neurons, 12 pairs of cranial nerves, that is right and left both, which are numbered 1 to 12, emerge from the brain. A nerve, as far as definition is concerned, it is nothing but a bundle of hundreds to thousands of axons plus associated connective tissues and blood vessels that lies outside the brain and spinal cord. Each nerve follows a defined path and serves a specific region of the body. Example, cranial nerves, one carries signal for sense of a smell from the nose to this brain. Nervous system, as far as is concerned, it is the millions of interconnected neurons from the nervous system. As far as basic part of nervous system of human being it is concerned, it is basically consist of two part. One, it is the central nervous system, and one it is the peripheral nervous system. See here in this diagram, you can see this is nothing but a skull region. Here there is presence of a brain region, which constitutes, basically it is divided into frontal, parietal, occipital and this temporal zone. This is nothing but a central nervous system part with a cord running, which is called as a spinal cord. This is one part. Another part is the peripheral nervous system. This peripheral nervous system, it constitutes spinal nerves and cranial nerves. And this peripheral nervous system again can be divided into this somatic nervous system and the autonomic nervous system. We will discuss it later on. I will elaborate it, what do you mean by this somatic nervous system and what do you mean by this autonomic nervous system. Now these systems are responsible for afferent and efferent functions. It is responsible for sympathetic and parasympathetic work. Whether it is involuntary action or voluntary action of the body, this is by means of the autonomic nervous system, which again plays very important role. If in gross nervous system, it is consist of central nervous system, peripheral nervous system, and peripheral nervous system again can be divisible into this somatic nervous system and the autonomous nervous system. So this is nothing but a nervous system is. Let us see about organization of this nervous system. As far as organization is concerned, two big initial division, just I said, that is central nervous system, which constitute the brain, which constitute the spinal cord. This zone is nothing but the center of integration and the control. All our body mechanism, all our homeostatic mechanism that are taken place in the body, as far as nervous system it is concerned, the main center is the central nervous system. That means the brain and the spinal cord. Now second part, it is nothing but a peripheral nervous system. See, peripheral nervous system, whose work is to take the message from the central nervous system and show its action. It is nothing but a nervous system outside the brain and the spinal cord. Whatever nervous actions which are taking place outside the brain and the spinal cord, that is nothing but a peripheral nervous system is. This is consist of 31 spinal nerves, which carries information to and from the spinal cord. Now, spinal nerves, here it carry information to and from this spinal cord, and the 12 cranial nerves which carry information to and from the brain. See, these are nothing but part of peripheral nervous system. Peripheral nervous system, as far as is concerned, its role is, or it is responsible for the communication between the central nervous system and whole body. It is nothing but a mediator, you can say, between the central nervous system and this whole body. As far as division of this peripheral nervous system it is concerned, this can be divided into the two main divisions, two main zones. One is the sensory division and second one is nothing but a motor division. let us talk about very first division, that is afferent. Here in this division, it conducts impulses from receptor to the central nervous system. See, whatever impulse which are generated in the nervous system, these impulses are conducted from the receptors towards this central nervous system. Now let us see. Whatever happening in the environment, so this is recognized by the receptors and this message is carried towards the central nervous system. Afferent division, it is responsible for carrying the impulses from the receptors in response to the environment and it takes towards the central nervous system. It informs, it gives message to the central nervous system of the state of the body from the interior and from this exterior and conduct it towards the central nervous system. Sensory nerve fibers can be somatic. So whatever sensation, due to this sensation, it takes the information. Sensory nerve fibers can be somatic. That means what? From the skin. How message it is received? From the skin, from the skeleton, from the muscles, from the joints, or again from these visceral parts, from organs of the body, other body. These messages are taken towards the central nervous system. This division, it is the sensory division. Due to sensation, in response to the environment, message is taken. The message is carried towards the central nervous system. And this message, whatever collected towards central nervous system, now there will be development of a specific message for showing this response. Now there is another division and that is a motor division. We say that it is the efferent division whose function is to conduct impulses from the central nervous system towards this effector one. That means due to this receptor, in response to the environment or whatever we are receiving the messages from outside or from interior of the body, this message is taken towards the central nervous system. This message from the central nervous system, now when it has to take towards other part, that means it has to show effector function. At that time, from central nervous system to other part, message it is converted. This message is called as efferent message or efferent function, we can say. That is the sensory function. It means what? Due to receptor, message is received from the environment, it is taken towards the central nervous system, from the central nervous system towards the body parts or showing effector function. Then this is called as efferent function, when central nervous system to this effector part, when from this receptor towards central nervous system, it is nothing but afferent function which is played by a peripheral nervous system. Now as far as motor efferent division, let us talk over this. This can be divided further. Peripheral nervous system, this can be further divided into somatic nervous system. Now somatic nervous system, whose action is voluntary generally. Somatic nerve fibers that conduct impulses from the central nervous system towards this skeletal muscles. From central nervous system, the message is taken towards the skeletal muscles. This action is a voluntary action. Now autonomic nervous system, which is responsible for involuntary mechanism, that is conduction of impulses from the central nervous system towards the smooth muscles, cardiac muscles, that is muscles of heart, and towards certain glands, whether it is exocrine or endocrine. This will be the autonomic nervous functions or nervous system mechanism. Means somatic nervous system